Hey, babe. Morning. Yeah, I know I'm up kinda early. I just felt like watching some old shows. Mm, Not nostalgia, really. Sometimes it just feels good to watch something inside and out. I could quote damn near every episode. Just say the lines with them as they go. It kinda helps quiet my brain down. Anyway, now that you had a chance to sleep on it, how'd you like your first solstice party? Was it, everything you expected and more? I'm glad you had fun. It's nice when we can get the whole crew together. We don't do that much. Nah, I'm alright. I feel off today. Just up in my head. I know. And thank you, babe, for being here for me. I wouldn't even really know where to start. I don't really know why Actually, I do kinda know. I was up half the night thinking about it. Spinning my wheels. Stuck in a loop. At night, when there's nothing distracting me. Nothing else to hold my attention. Stuff creeps up. Do you remember what I said yesterday before we left for the party? I said that as beta, I needed to keep an eye on things. Make it easier for David. Make sure no one started shit. And then we got there, and the first thing I did was start shit with Christian. I should have just ignored him, or used my authority to shut him up. But instead, I threw shit back at him. And I pulled Milo and Arden into it too. Like it was a game. Until David had to jump in and shut it down. I didn't just not do my job. I made the situation worse. Because it was fun. But my role in this pack isn't to have fun. It's to support my alpha. However he needs. And I didn't do that. I haven't done that. I avoided taking that class until David literally had to get involved. I start shit with Christian because I'm tired of his snide bullshit comments about me, and the way he mocks Milo, and the way he walks around with his nose turned up at everybody else so high that if it rained, the fucker would drown. I have the authority to make him shut up, but I don't want him to just shut up. I want that asshole to feel as hurt and humiliated as he makes other people feel. But that's not what a beta does. I have to be above that shit, and I haven't been. And I hear what they say about me. Christian isn't the only one to think I was the wrong pick. The other people who do have a little more tact than he does, but it's still there. They think I can't do it. They think I'm some fuck up who goofs around all the time and that I only got the job because I'm David's best friend. And I know that that's not the truth. I care about my role in this pack, and I don't take this opportunity for granted, but I keep falling back into the role I've always played here. The guy who fucks around and is fun and doesn't take life too seriously. And I don't have to change who I am to be a good second in command. But my first concern needs to be doing the job and doing it right. Owning up to the shit I've done wrong and changing those behaviors. Not relying on my position to excuse my fuck-ups. Growing up, I guess. We're the new leaders of the pack. And we're younger than a lot of the people in it. Wolves don't really get hung up on that. Being the oldest doesn't make you the automatic leader or the next in line. So in that sense, our authority isn't questioned just because we're young. But we're also human. Empowered humans, but humans. And it can be uncomfortable taking commands from someone that's younger than you. At least when they act younger than you. David grew up fast. Because he had to. I mean, he's always been on the more serious side, don't get me wrong, but when Gabe died, he had to step up. And it took him a while, but he's finding his footing. Meanwhile, I went from being the joke of the pack to being the second in command. But I didn't feel all the pressure of it that David did. I worked hard to help him out and be there for him, but he shouldered most of the heat. Because that's just who he is. He takes on the burden because he doesn't want anyone else to struggle with it. He heaps it all on himself. And I should have asserted myself harder. Taken on more of it. Made him let me help more. But I didn't want him to feel like I doubted his ability to handle it. None of us did. We all knew he could do it. But I should have found a way to show him how much I believed in him, but still get him to let me help. That's my job. To be what he needs. And I didn't try as hard as I needed to. Truth is, I've been scared to step into that. To really be the second in command. Because it feels like when I do that, it feels like I'm finally giving in to the fact that David isn't just my best friend. He's my alpha. And that comes first. I can still be his friend, and I will be, as long as he'll let me, but he's my alpha. And our relationship is never gonna go back to the way it was. It has to grow and change the same way we're both growing and changing. And that's scary. Because in a lot of ways, it feels like I'm losing my best friend. The guy I've known literally my entire life. And I've let myself live in that headspace that if our relationship has to change, then that somehow means it's ending. And it's not. I know that. I mean, just look at Gabe and David. With pack shit, they were alpha and beta. Because they had to be. That was the job. But as soon as the work was done, they were just a dad and son, goofing around. They didn't lose anything by fulfilling their roles. They just adjusted. And that's what I have to do with David. But I can't stop that thought that creeps up in the back of my mind. That if I really take on the role, I'm gonna lose something. You saw David last night when he gave that speech. It was great. It wasn't cold and rehearsed or unsure and halting. He's becoming the alpha we all knew he would be. Growing up. Growing into the role. And I'm proud of him. And I'm happy for him. And I'm grateful for the trust he's put in me. But now I need to show it. Put in the work. Act like the second most powerful person in this pack. Instead of riding on his coattails and letting him clean up my mess. Show people that I'm worthy of his choice. When it comes to pack matters, I need to be better. And I'm not saying I'm gonna flip some switch and become some serious stick in the mud or something. I'm still me. And I like me. I just gotta find a better balance between me and pack beta. At least when I'm actually attending to pack shit. So, apparently I actually did know exactly what had me feeling off. I just needed to actually say it. Thank you, babe, for listening and for caring and for knowing when I'm not alright, even if I don't say it. Well, thank you for saying that too. It means a lot, knowing that you believe in me. It's gonna take me some time. And I know I'm gonna slip up at times along the way. But I want to do this. And I want to do it right. Do my job. Stay me. And stop trying to keep my friendship with David trapped in the past of what it was. Let it bend and evolve. Because we're both changing too. You're right. I need to talk to him. I think most of us in the pack would do a little better if we actually just talked more. Thanks, babe. You're like my rock, you know? Well, I'm glad you feel that way too. I love you. Thank you for being a part of my life. So, now that I spilled my guts, and I got you here on the couch with me, can I coerce you into watching a few episodes with me? Aw, babe, come on. I promise I won't talk over it much. Probably. Maybe. Please.